Oh my God, that's all right, everybody. I am fishing in the creek today. It is overcast. It's rained quite a bit, but it's been a drought here in Kentucky. So the creek's come up like 3 inches in the last 12 hours. But honestly, the water temperature change, the gloomy overcast conditions, and a little bit of cooling down with the rain and the water temps, I think today is going to be a good ultralight Ned rig / creek fishing day for smallmouth and whatever bites. So let's get in the water and I'll show you what I'm working with. It's actually been a few years since I've fished here, and they have redone this bridge and all of this. So this is new to me. I like it. A lot better place to park now. But that's what I've got. This is just a Fluger President. I think that's a 100, or you call that a 1,000 size reel. That's 4-pound braid. I've got it uni-knotted to uni-knot to 8-pound fluoro. Down here to a 10th ounce Ned rig head. And that is a peanut butter and jelly TRD. Actually from my last trip, from my last video. So I'm gonna check my drag. Oh yeah, that's about perfect. Looks like there's a Buick steering column over there. Interesting. I'm not gonna be terribly surprised if I see a muskie in here. Just scared something. That's why I fish over dry land to get to the edge of the hole. So I think I'll use my loop knot just to give it a little bit more of a loop to slide around on when I'm pulling it through the water. This is like a Bass Pro Shops version of a Zara Spook puppy. It's definitely a smaller. It's a walk the dog topwater bait. So it's got smaller hooks than the Zara puppy over there. So with this rod, I'll be able to get the hooks in better than with the bigger hooks. That's what it is right there. Ooh, slick little rock shell. Now, ooh, that'll cast like a torpedo. You know, with all the quote-unquote rain we got last night, this creek is still so low right now. And it looks and feels like fall right now. Oh my God, that's a muskie. I knew this was gonna happen. I knew this was gonna. That's a decent muskie too. Oh my gosh. How do I have him hooked? Oh, he rolled on it, now he's snagged in the belly. I mean, I guess he's not gonna cut my line, but man. Very precarious position I have myself in. And I really don't want to bank drag this muskie, but I may have to. He is hooked right in the stomach. So I really don't want to pull on it. Guys, this is the first muskie I've hooked all year though, I'm pretty sure. So it looks like I can deal with him over here. I'm just trying to keep him from jumping to avoid damage to the fish, because I don't want him breaking that line with a plug in his side. That's like my big fear right now. Look at, he's beautiful though. He's beautiful. All right. Everybody that's getting ready to watch this is getting ready to lose their mind. I really hope I can do this muskie justice. Okay. If I could get him, there's actually like a little bit of sand over here. If I could get him up on it, he'll go right up in here. My biggest fear is he's going to freak out. I'm trying not to let him break my line. I want him to swim right over here. All right, nope, he doesn't like that. I cannot believe I snagged him though. Like, this is wild. I may have to try to not lip him, but grab him. Come here, buddy. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you. Stop, 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 stop. Okay. I just don't want him to hurt, to break that line. Okay. Okay. Nope, 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 nope. He's smart, that's for sure. Come on, baby. I hate doing this. All right, I'm about to... Every time I step closer to him, he freaks out. That's the first muskie of the year, y'all. I'm letting him chill. There you go. There you go. First muskie of 2025. Put this camera back on my head and I'm gonna deal with this fish. Gosh, hate the way I caught it. Well, there it goes. There's no nursing that fish back to health. He's fine. Breathe it in. If you've ever caught a muskie, you know exactly the smell I'm smelling right now, and it smells so freaking good. Oh my gosh. It is September. That's the first muskie I've caught this year. Haven't really targeted them, and I raised one on the fly rod, and I think that's it. Yeah, wow, 8 pound fluoro on an ultralight rod. I think that's a new one for me. Cannot believe I just caught that fish on ultralight. I had to retie just because there was a little bit of bang up right there, and this back hook had bent a little bit, where, you know, when you snag a fish, they put a lot of pressure on a hook. But yeah, I was just working that, I think, over there, and I feel like I'll have to go back and look at the video, but I was looking that way, and when I heard and seen the roll and saw all the commotion, I was like, yeah, that's not a bass. And at that first run, when he took off, I was like, well, here's where he pops me off. But he stayed on there, and that dude darted off. So yeah, I don't know. That's what happens when you're in a creek with smallmouth and muskie in it. Sometimes that happens, but that was cool. And I think that's my first fish, muskie on ultralight, that I've landed. You know what I just realized? That's my very first topwater muskie ever. I've always had them swing and miss, but I've never caught a muskie on topwater. Man, I've grown up with this creek for the past 10 years now. It's like walking with an old friend. All right, so I'm gonna turn around, go back towards the truck, towards the put-in spot. And, you know, there might be a couple spots I'll stop and hit from a different angle, but I have to stop and think about how many milestones or whatever that muskie achieved for me, because I've fished for muskie now officially for 10 years, never caught a topwater muskie. That was ultralight, no muskie leader, and I'm just like that's just two crazy things to do. You know, I don't know why I'm surprised to see a muskie. I said I wasn't going to be, but it's always a surprise when they hit you, especially, it always happens when you're bass fishing. So there you go. But I took care of it. I didn't put hardly any pressure on those hooks once I figured out what it was. And, you know, but I took care of it. I tried not to put too much pressure on those hooks and keep it in the water when I was unhooking it for the most part. Let it revive and didn't sit and talk forever. So that muskie's fine. If anybody has anything negative to say about it, whatever. You guys are awesome people for being the way you are. But I'm just gonna keep fishing and go back down. Oh, wow. I look over here. I just need to quit looking away. There's that largemouth. There's that largie. Ooh, gotta do this without getting hooks in me. First largemouth of the day. No, that is a spotted bass. Up, 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 up. That is a gone bass. Yes, sir. Change this out to an inline spinner real quick. Always heard in wind, you want to use some sort of spinner bait. And also, you know, it's cloudy water, so I want the thump of the bait to be able to, you know, say, hey, I'm here. Look at me. If you can't see me. So I'm just tying it on there with a clinch knot. I'm gonna wet it because that is fluoro. And the good thing about this is it gives me a little bit more leeway in case another muskie hits it. So it's got that wire body on it. Not gonna fish for too much longer. There you go. That's a MEPS number 3 Aglia. Aglia. Don't know how to say it. Tighten up my drag just a hair. It's got bigger hooks to set than that little topwater bait or Ned rig. You can kind of see though the water's very it's probably got about a foot of visibility. Try to remember where to stay at over here. This has a shelf that drops off. It's nice and shadowy. Oh God, I got another muskie. Oh no. Okay, it's in the corner of the mouth. Good deal. Oh my gosh. A 2 muskie day on ultralight. What are the freaking odds, man? I gotta get my hand in its jaw. These little muskie are so wiry. There it is. Muskie number 2. Oh my gosh. Dude, go the other way. Go the other way. I just caught a freaking muskie as soon as I got here. Jeff's gonna kill me. Oh, he nicked the line just a little bit. I gotta call Jeff.
Okay.
Do you know why I'm calling you?
Got number 2?
Yeah.
I figured you would see him today.
I just got I got down to this first deep hole below the bridge, and I made, I think, my first cast in the hole, and boom, muskie.
Yeah, they're loaded in that stretch, man. That's why you know, he said I made like 3 trips out there and had like 7 or 8 bites. They just missed. You know, they missed hooks because I was throwing bigger hooks.
There you have it. Doggone multiple muskie day on ultralight out of the creek here in late summer, early fall. Who would have thought that I would have caught a topwater muskie and caught 2 ultralight muskie today? It's just it's wild to me, and I feel bad that I accidentally snagged it, but I mean, it snagged itself. But yeah, cool, huh? Whenever you're not muskie fishing and you give up on muskie fishing completely, you catch muskie. That's how I caught my 51.5 last year. I was bass fishing. So anyways, I'm gonna go home, spend some time with my family. But please, on your way out, if you haven't already done so, click that subscribe button because it helps me out so much. And I know you don't know me, but I really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well, share this video with your friends and family, and I will catch you all in the next video.